All right. Looks like I'm live. There's always the moment where I get to sit here and be like, let's see when people get on. Set it to live chat. Beth Vance, hello. Thank you for hopping in already. How are you doing today? Let's see. And Froggy Day Crochet, hello. What are you ladies working on tonight? Or if you're working on anything. Marijuana Maker, hello. Sin's Crafting World, hey. Thank you guys for jumping in already. Lisa, hi. How are you? Hello, Adele. Ah, you guys are on top of things today, just in here and chatting it up already. I'm impressed. Aw, thank you, Sin. Is that how you say it, Sin? C-Y-N? Great. Bridget, hello. Thanks for hopping on. Beth is working on a quilt for her nephew's birthday. Very nice. Okay, yes, it is Sin. Sin for Cynthia. Very nice. Roseanne, hello. Karen, hello. Lisa is working on a pencil tote for teacher gifts. That's cute. Froggy Day Crochet is working on amigurumi. Froggy Day, what is your name? Or I guess you don't have to tell me. I can just call you Froggy. That's cute as well. Erica. All right. Froggy Day is Erica. I can call you Erica or Froggy, whatever. Or Froggy Day Crochet. The whole thing. It's fine. Dakota, hello. Robin, hello. Thank you all for jumping in here tonight. So tell us, I guess, what you're working on. Got a couple people chiming in already. Bridget's working on a baby blanket. She finished a shawl yesterday. Very nice. Let's see. Dakota's studying for a final. Good luck. It's been a moment since I've had to study for a final, and I'm grateful. Those are intense. Let's see. Sin's Crafting World says she's wanting to find another pattern for a bag. I guess if anyone has ideas you could share with her, that would be good. Robin Gerard says I'm making a 12-point star blanket. Cool. Nice. Karen is working on socks. Tell me, Karen, are you crocheting those socks or are you knitting? I've seen a couple of patterns for crochet socks. Oh, what's her name? Lakeside Loops has the cutest socks. Oh, and we have someone in from Russia. Hello. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but hello. I'm glad you could make it tonight. Very nice. All right, it sounds like a lot of people are suggesting Crystal at Bag-A-Day Crochet for bag patterns, which would make sense. Hello, Tammy. Hello, Maggie. Hello, Caitlin. Thank you all for jumping in here tonight. So, I guess things to talk about. Honestly, I only have one thing to kind of show that I've been working on. So yesterday in my vlog, I shared the that kind of starting thing I was doing for a panda, a chubby panda, and I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. And I want to get some feedback from you guys on here. All right. Sorry, I was reading the comments. So this is what I've got. so far for like a little chubby panda. Like I said in my blog, I'm thinking of calling them yarn babies. And what is unique about this is that it's continuous. Like the tail is a bobble stitch, the feet are triple bobble stitches, and actually the ears are feather stitches, like what I did for the snowy owl. So the only thing that's not continuous are the eyes and the nose. And I tried doing the nose continuous, just switching that very last row to black. It did not work. It was not very nice. So hopping over into the comments. Oh, thank you, Mary. Thank you, Lisa. I'm glad you guys are liking it. I think it's really fun. Like I love just having like, I don't know. They just kind of feel like a football, but like a really soft, cuddly one. Let's see. Lisa says she loves the one piece concept. Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. It's I the only thing that is hard, I think, about it is that, you know, you have to keep it, because crocheting twists as you make it, you have to adjust kind of where things go, and like you have to be really conscious about your rows so that things don't like get skewed. So like if you look at it right now, you can see that like if you go from the, you know, the ears are great, but then the tail back here is off by a stitch, you know, so like I had to adjust that in my pattern. So that is something. So I'm going to jump over here and look at your guys' comments for a second. Since Crafting World says the head is pointing up too much. So yeah, this is something I wanted to try where it like to kind of make it look like it was looking up, not just like the chubby bunny is just, you know, just straight, just flat. And I wanted to try having it look like it was a little baby on the ground, you know, that was kind of craning its neck up to look at you. So I'm pretty pleased with it. On this one though, I do have to say, I didn't weight the body of it because I didn't really think about it. And yeah, so if I actually like sit it down, it rests like this with its bum in the air because the head is heavier than the body. So yeah, it needs to work on that a little bit. Yes, okay, so I'm getting a couple comments saying that yeah, it seems like it's a little bit pointed, like maybe the nose is too pointed, which I do agree. Which it was kind of hard because on this pattern, another one of the things that comes up with working on a smaller project with a bigger yarn is that every stitch counts, and like every row is really impactful as well. Whereas like on something big, sorry, my office is a mess. You guys can see that the great horned owl is over there in the corner on the ground. On something big, like if you have maybe one extra row of, you know, 36 or 46, you know, stitches, like it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't really impact the shape that much. Whereas on this one, like on the snout, I took out one row, and it's like the nose disappeared completely. And so that wasn't okay. So I put in the row and now it does seem a little too pointed. So I you know, I still have some finessing to do on this, but I'm relatively pleased with how it turned out for being something that yesterday I started in the morning and then finished at night and then wrote up the pattern today. Like I'm fairly pleased with it. There is definitely still some finessing that I need to do. So anyway, gonna jump over here. Hello, Charlene. Thanks for jumping in. And Wendy. Bridget saying a slip stitch single crochet won't twist as you crochet in the round. Have you tried that? I haven't for just like all of the stitches. I do use slip stitches in some things. Like I've got like 2 rows of slip stitch right here to kind of keep the neck solid and kind of in that space. But I'll have to look into that, see what I can find. Yeah, I do think if we could maybe I think the nose needs to be a little bit shorter to really make it work. And then the other thing I'm still kind of struggling with, I'll see if it'll focus. I can't tap it and make it focus. Oh, it doesn't look like it will. So I tried making like the eyes and the eye patch one thing, which kind of worked, but I'm not completely sold on it. So it's something I might still work on that. So we'll see. Let's see what else. Oh, that's so cute. Charlene says it makes me want to put a butterfly in his nose. That would be adorable. That would be so cute. Thank you, Sims Crafting World, for saying you still like it, even though there are some things that maybe you change. There's always things that I'm like, finesse, gotta finesse a little bit. Charlene likes it with a little bum in the air. I did take some pictures like this, and I was like, okay, I think that's pretty cute. Like, it's probably better to, be like this, but anyhow. Hello, Lucy. Let's see. Denisha's here. Hello. Oh, sorry. Bridget said a split stitch, not a slip stitch. Yeah, okay. Split stitch. I'm going to look into this. Let me take notes. If I don't take notes, I will forget because that's just how my brain works. So, split stitch, single crochet. Let's see. What else have we got going on here? All right. Jackie L says, yes, I think the butterfly is a good idea. Since Crafting World says, well, Poe was so clumsy. Yeah, he was a bit clumsy. So anyway, this is things. Mary, thank you for blocking the unnecessary commenters. And Lisa, I appreciate it. I was just kind of skipping over them because, yeah. The panda's name could be Butterfly Kisses. So I'll tell you what I was thinking. So for the name, because last time when I was on, I was talking, I kind of ran the idea past you guys of like naming the patterns after like subscribers or people who are in here. Let me see what I can do. All right, so it looks like we've got some people who are in here who are not necessarily contributing to what's going on. So I'm going to see if I can block them. So sorry, that's taken me off for a minute. Let's see. Bridget says I need a moderator. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm just looking for, oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so I think I was able to take care of that. Thank you. Sin's Crafting World, yeah, if you'd like to be my moderator, I have no idea what that means. I am like completely a novice to most of this stuff. So Monica, thank you for hopping in tonight. Yeah, if anyone wants to moderate, that'd be fine. I have no idea, like if I have to assign moderating duties or something. I don't know. Virginia, hello. Thank you for jumping in. Okay, sweet. Well, thank you. Thank you guys all for doing this. I appreciate it. So I wanted to, oh, actually, before I finish with talking about the panda, I wanted to say, well, bring up kind of something I've been thinking about. So on this one, like I said, it's all one piece other than the nose and the eyes. But I'm thinking of taking the ears out of the continuous piece and adding them later. Just because, I don't know, it's maybe like a little needlessly complicated just to do 2 ears. And so if you like take a look at the hippo, like attaching the ears on this one, this is just like I think 5 or 6 double crochets. And then there's, you know, a yarn end from where you start the magic ring, and there's a yarn end from where you know, cut it off from the ball. And you just kind of attach one here, and then like bring them together in the middle and tie it off. So it's like really fast. So it doesn't really feel like sewing. So really what you end up sewing is, you know, on the hippo, it's the eyes. On the baby panda, it's the nose and the eyes. So I don't know, that's something I'm still considering. All right. Sorry, jumping back over here to the moderators. Okay. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure this out. So let's try to figure out the moderators. Add moderator. All right. Sims Crafting World, I just made you a moderator. And thank you. No, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll have to check that out too. And Lisa, all right. Lisa, I will have you also be a moderator. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you guys for walking me through this as I'm just like blindly stumbling around. Let's see. There were some other comments in here. Let's see. Catcraft, thank you so much for that compliment. Jackie, welcome. Yes, welcome to the live. Beth says, I struggle with sewing together my amigurumis. Yeah, that can definitely be an issue. And that is the one thing as I've been thinking about it, like thinking more about, you know, the people that use my patterns, which some people I think are kind of drawn to, you know, using the Bernat blanket yarn because it's a little bit bigger and it is easier on their hands if they maybe have arthritis or, you know, just like some issues with their hands. And so like that can be really good. And so then what is going to be hardest for them following my patterns would be sewing on the eyes or the nose or anything that's like really tiny. So I've been giving that some thought today about like maybe in my patterns, just adding like a note that says like, if using safety eyes, you know, place in these rows at this point, you know, before you finish off, because yeah, I don't want to I want to make things as easy for people as possible. And I know that a lot of people like the soft eyes because then they're not worried about like little ones still managing to pull a safety eye out. So I don't know. That's just thoughts. Diana, welcome. Don't worry, we'll be here for a minute, quite a bit longer than we have been on here so far. Let's see. Let's see. Jane says, hi, Valerie. I'm hoping you'll make the panda pattern available on your website once it's finished. I have a niece named Amanda whose nickname is Manda Panda. Yes, that is a cute, cute nickname. Oh, and that's actually what I was going to say before we got into the moderator needing to block people thing. On the panda, I was, we talked last week about naming the animals after people who are either subscribed or, just like, I don't know, other crocheters, essentially, people who are in the zeitgeist that I talk to and start to have a relationship with. And so this one, because it rhymes, I want to name this one Miranda Panda. So that's my idea. There are a couple of Mirandas that I talk to. There's one Miranda Huckabee who tests for me. And there are a couple other, you'll just see Mirandas as you're kind of chatting with people. So yeah, I think that's going to be the name for this one. Will be Miranda Panda. And it'll be in the yarn babies category, I guess. That's what I'm going to start calling them. So, oh good. I'm getting lots of people saying that they like that name. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. It's been fun, like kind of going through the names of people in the who I like talk to on YouTube, and then just like writing up different animals that like their name either rhymes with or like goes well with, kind of rolls off the tongue. So I think that would be I think it'll be fun. Let's see. Mary Wanamaker says, how are your birthday preparations coming along? They're going really good. So I'm super excited for this. So my birthday is Saturday, but we'll kind of, if all goes well, this will be a part of the birthday celebrations, and I will have finessed the nose, so it's better by then. So if all goes well, that this Miranda Panda will be out on my birthday, hopefully. And then the week after is when we're going to, really start doing some additional fun things. So I'm super excited about that. Let's see what else is going on over here. Denisha says that she has a Miranda Panda in her life. I do too, actually. That's part of, like, the very first panda I made, the great big one. I was considering naming it Miranda Panda, but I really didn't name things. I don't know. It seemed kind of odd to me to be like, this has a name. So they've all just been like super generic up to Penelope. Penelope's like the first one with a real name. On Ravelry, some of them did get names because I needed like something interesting to say. So like Jonah the whale is technically his name on Ravelry, and Paco the alpaca is technically. So, yeah. I'm trying to think, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so naming. But yes, one of my really dear friends in college was Miranda, still is Miranda, and she had a little panda sticker on her car because that was her. She was Miranda Panda. So anyway, let's see, what have we got going on over here. Sin's Crafting World is suggesting to have a contest to help choosing names for your new items. That could be fun. I hadn't thought about that. Wendy says, can you add a seal to your repertoire? I do have a seal written down. Thank you. I'm excited to do that one too. I'm excited to do all of them. Bridget says she wants an otter and a goat. So I have a big otter patterns being worked on. A goat. I want to do a goat so badly. I just have to figure it out. Ooh, a Burmese mountain dog. That would be awesome. I don't have that one written down. Let me pull out my notebook that I write all of my patterns in. Let's see. Denisha says they call her niece Miranda Panda. It's a good one. It's such a cute name. Let's see. Diana asks, do you have a llama? Not yet. I have the alpaca, which is the closest. But I do plan on making a llama. Let me see. Now I just have to find my list. Oh, there's my list. Let's see. Wendy asks, what animal would you name after you? Oof. That's a really good question. Got to write Burmese mountain dog down. Burmese. And those ones are huge. Diana asks, what's my name on Ravelry? So Ravelry is Old Soul Creative. Back before I decided I was going to actually be just crocheting, I wasn't going to be, all sorts of random stuff. I had Old Soul Creative as my handle everywhere. And then I just really fell in love with crochet, and I was like, heck with painting and drawing and other stuff. I'm just going to do crocheting. So, yep, it's Old Soul Creative on Ravelry, which I'm not very active on Ravelry. I'm just kind of, I don't know, I check it every once in a while, but I don't do a ton. So, anyway, let's see. Jane said, ooh, did you just say you have an otter pattern coming out? Yes, I do. I made an otter last year. I wonder if I can show pictures. There's so much I don't know about being live on YouTube. That's awesome, Mary. I do have a penguin written down. I'm definitely thinking of doing both a baby, so the baby would, have the black and white head and then the gray body, and then doing an adult that was just black and white. I'm excited about that one. Let's see. Lisa says she's been working on the snowy owl, but had a really hard time finding the white burnout blanket. Interesting. I don't know. I know at my Joann's there's a lot of white, but I know that's certainly not everywhere. So I'm sorry to hear that. Crazy Cat Creations says, "How about a cat?" I'm sorry, Cat Crazy. Forgive me for switching that around. A calico or a tabby, that would be super, super cute. I definitely plan on doing a cat. Actually, I plan on doing like 5 different kinds of cats because this is how my brain works. We could do one or we could do a ton, and we usually err on the side of a ton. Jackie's gonna work on the lamb. Delete. Diane says, I love the name of your channel, Old Soul. Thank you. Yeah, I like it too. Yes, cats. I need to do cats. I'm considering Amber at Ooh Ah Crochet is going to, I think starting in June, going to be hosting a like make along or something. Essentially like to help oh, what are the words? To like make some things for her school. So like some like things to keep kids warm, hats, gloves, things like that, because they're in South Dakota, but then also some like things that the kids can earn as rewards. And so I'm considering maybe making a cat pattern for that, so that there can be the little rewards. You know, that could be something to help support Amber and what she's doing over there on her channel. And then that could, I don't know, also be a fun like bonus. Maybe I would do it as a free tutorial. That way, like anyone who wanted to make and donate to what Amber's doing could have that pattern. So that's just kind of my thought. Let's see. Sims Crafting World got her white yarn from Michaels. Yep, Jane Bull also is getting hers from Michaels. Taylor's working on the Snowy Owl and loving it so far. That's great. The feather stitch is a little interesting, but it gives really nice texture. I really love it for that. Let's see. Thank you, Laura Overman. Let's see. Hi, Erica. Thanks for jumping on. Let's see. Virginia asks, isn't Bernat baby blanket the same as normal Bernat blanket? Yeah, as far as I know. I think that perhaps Bernat baby blanket is like slightly softer, but really they're pretty much the same. I use them interchangeably, and I haven't seen any problems with that. Wendy asks, do you ever get overwhelmed with all of your ideas and burn out from time to time? I haven't yet. I've really only been doing this for a year and a half. I really started like kind of putting my foot in the ground and saying like, I'm going to start designing the patterns the very end of 2017, so essentially 2018. So I've been doing it for about a year and a half. Mostly what like all of the ideas in my head, they actually just get me really excited. And so I'm really super excited. Sometimes I'll get like so worked up. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many things I want to make. Which I guess it could be perceived as overwhelming at times, but I don't know, it just makes me happy. And also I've learned how to crochet a lot faster over the last year, and I've learned how to put my patterns together a lot faster. So that helps, because what will happen is I'll get burnt out on a project. So like I have had a couple of people asking the last like week or so about the great horned owl that's sitting right over there, saying like, oh, we really want that pattern. Well, I made it so long ago that the idea of going back to it and working on it, I'm like, I'm burnt out on the idea of making it again. So, but I'm going to, because I've had a lot of people saying like, please. So I will. But it's, you know, that's the burnout that I experience, and it's almost like I need to get a project, like start it, finish it, pattern test it, publish it, like get it all done like relatively quickly. Otherwise, that's kind of how I start to burn out. But I don't get burnt out on the number of ideas I have. I just get excited by them. Let's see, coming back up here. Maybe that's what it is. Sims Crafting World says that baby blanket is maybe a little bit thinner. Yeah, and that might be the difference. I know that there is like a slight texture, something difference between the two, but I mean, it's not to the point that it really affects the gauge that I've noticed. Let's see. This is cool to have everyone just kind of chiming in from where you're from. Irene, thanks for hopping in. Let's see. People from California and the UK, North Carolina. This is fun. Let's see. Everything just kind of flipped out. See, hello, Heather. Thanks for hopping in. Tammy asked, do you look at animals differently now? Sometimes, yes. Yeah. I guess that's true. I hadn't really considered it, but yes, there are some animals that I'm like, ooh, you would make such a cute, amigurumi. Hi, Rachel. Let's see. Coming back.
Thank you.
Let's see. April asks, hi, April. Have you tried the Sweet Home Red Heart brand in any of your patterns? I don't think I have. I'll have to make a note of that. I'll look into it. Let's see, where was that? Sweet Homes. Red Heart. I'll check it out. Let's see. And Erica says that her son, sorry for that, came home with no yarn. Sad, so sad. And everyone's chiming in, send him out again. I know. Too bad, too bad. Well, Deborah, we're glad to have you here. We still got a little bit of just chatting to do here. Charlene is from New Zealand. That's awesome. Let's see. Ohio for Caitlin. Irene says, I really wish that someday you'll come to New York with a pop-up store. That would be amazing. I have never been to New York. In fact, I live in Missouri right now, and I think Nauvoo, Illinois is the farthest east I've ever been. I'm not terribly well traveled. I would love to, though. That would be amazing. Jeez, the idea of that is just like, oh, so cool. Mary's from Pennsylvania, I believe. Very nice. Let's see, Massachusetts for Diana. Heather's from Canada. It's so cool. Like, I think this is so cool to, like, I don't know, the fact that we can be from like all over the world and just, I don't know, just hang out and chat here. Like, I don't know, the internet's amazing. So cool. All right. Yes. Yeah. As far as I know, Bernat blanket is completely washable. I've washed blanket. I still haven't really done the test to wash an animal and see how long it holds up. So let's see. Catcraft asks, how long have you been crocheting? And do you crochet other things besides animals? And kind of. Okay, so how long I've been crocheting? I started when I was like 10, but I only really started getting into like amigurumi in 2016, and just like fell head over heels in love with it. And so then, you know, like a year later, well, actually like a year later, I just decided I wanted to start designing. So Diana asks, where am I from? So I'm from Nampa, Idaho. but currently living in Springfield, Missouri. So yeah. And also I have crocheted other things in the past, but my heart is really with amigurumi. It makes me the happiest. So I really like that. Wendy says maybe one day you could have a retreat. Yes, I hope someday. Like one of the things I was, I don't know, I've been thinking lately a lot about just kind of like the crazy dreams I have, the things I want to do someday. And one of the crazy dreams was like, man, wouldn't that be so cool to have like a crochet conference, crochet con, and just have like all of these awesome people that I've gotten to know over the internet, and we just like hang out and crochet and I don't know, do stuff. Like it would be amazing. But at the moment that's kind of a big crazy dream, but geez, I hope it happens someday. Irene says, you must. Yes, I would love it. Honestly, I did. I Googled yesterday. I was like, does Crochet Con exist? It doesn't yet. So we have to make it, right? We have to do this. This will be so fun. Let's see, jumping in here. Yes. Can we dress up? Heck yes, we can. At Crochet Con, wouldn't that be so fun if everyone comes in their favorite crochet outfit? I feel like that's a big thing at Rhinebeck. Everyone wears their knitted sweater. Wouldn't that be so cool? If, at Crochet Con, you just we came as crochet superheroes, and I don't know, you wouldn't actually have to be superhero, but just I don't know, just rocking really awesome crocheted items and just be yeah, check it out. Because everyone would just be going around be that's so amazing. I love that. Can you share the pattern? That's the coolest. I love those colors. It would be a love fest of just wonderfulness. So yes, I hope someday that happens. That'd be so fun. Jane says that her husband has a lot of family in Springfield. Really? Well, that's really cool. It's exciting to know that there are people, I don't know, somewhat close to where I am who are interested in the same things I am. Lisa, I don't think there actually is a Crochet Con. This is just something I was this would be amazing. I don't think it existed. I don't think it exists. I Googled it and I didn't see anything. So I'm this should happen. This should happen someday. Let's see. Caitlin says, isn't every craft fair a mini Crochet Con? Yes. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, and they're the crochet crowd will do crochet cruises. That would be awesome. Or yarn crawls. That's cool too. Yes, Donna Lee says you can start it. I already want to. Someday. I have no idea. That's one of those things I'm just putting out there, just saying world, I would like to do this someday. No idea how it will ever happen, but I would love to. It'd be amazing. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. I guess Erica is saying Crystal at Bag of Days had retreats. That's really cool. April's saying her husband wants to have a D&D night so bad. He really wishes our daughters and son would play. It is fun. I do enjoy it. My husband's he's the dungeon master, the DM. He does a really good job. So we have fun. And I think someone earlier asked what my character was like. So just really briefly, I'll tell you guys. I now that I've been playing D&D for a while, I know they're cooler characters. I totally just went generic. So my character's name is Elizabeth. She's a elf wizard. neutral good alignment, and she has white hair. It's like, I don't know. Mostly in our party, I'm in charge of keeping the halfling rogue in check because she and I are friends and she does a lot of dumb things and I'm kind of like her conscience and try and keep her on the straight and narrow. Rarely happens, but you know, I try. So, all right, back to crocheting. Does anyone have any like questions they want to ask me? Like I've got a couple in here. One of the things that one of my very favorite photographers does is she has a like ask me anything sequence. And so you can ask her about photography, you can ask her about business, you can ask her about her thoughts on milk and cookies, which strangely she doesn't like. She likes orange juice and cookies, which is odd. But so I'm just curious, like, do you guys have questions you'd like to ask? You can, I don't know, ask away and I'll try and answer them as best I can. Let's see. Caitlin says she's been thinking of making a crochet doll for her half-orc cleric. That would be cool. Let's see. Sorry, just reading. April says her husband wishes he could join our group. That would be fun. That's hilarious. Sin's Crafting World is asking, do you have any idea when your deer is going to be ready? September at the very latest. But probably much sooner than that. I got a really excellent suggestion. I'm sorry, I can't remember who it's from, and I think I got it from 2 different people actually. That you know, I had the body and then the head that I showed last week, and the proportions were off. So the suggestion was to make a smaller head for that body, and then to make a bigger body for the head that I had. So to kind of work simultaneously on creating the 2 patterns for the baby and the bigger one. So I think that is what I'm going to do. So, you know, designing 2 does take longer, but I'll probably focus most of my efforts on the big one and get that one finished up. So, yeah. Let's see. Bridget asked, how's my princess? She is great. She is actually just right out this window playing in her very sparkly pink dress with her great big, like, pink beach ball, and she's very happy. Let's see. Angie also asked, what's my favorite cookie? You know, I'm kind of a classic, well, okay, truth is I like pretty much every cookie, but my go-to is just like a chocolate chip. Really enjoy those. But like I also really love peanut butter and also like coconut macaroons. All good stuff. Wendy asks, what is a typical day for you? Most of the time I get up at like about 6:30 and I read my scriptures. I'm a very religious person, so I read scriptures and then I start crocheting and I either work on like a pattern that I want to develop, or I work on like editing the pattern in the computer, and then I spend a lot of the day at my day job. I work from home, so I do have some flexibility, but I just kind of I do that for the big chunk of the day, and then in the evening I hang out with my family and eat dinner, which my husband is great. He makes. Thank you. And then in the evenings when I have time, which I usually do have time, I squeeze in some more crocheting or working on the patterns. That's kind of a typical day. Let's see, going back up here, what is the smallest hook size you've ever used? 3.5. And I didn't particularly enjoy it. Hence I go for the bigger ones. What's my favorite movie? Heather asks. Game of Shadows. Sherlock Holmes Game of Shadows, I think is what it's called. I'm like a diehard Sherlock Holmes fan. Just love, I don't know, I love mysteries, but I also love that even though like the way that Sherlock Holmes is done, they're not like really gruesome or heavy. They're still really interesting, but I never like walk away feeling icky. Which there are some mysteries where you're just like, whoa, there's so much death, I can't handle it. So, so that's my favorite movie. Dakota asks, "Do I have a dog?" I do. Her name is Athena, and she is a mutt. She kind of looks like a lab, but we know her mom is a blue tick coonhound, and we have no idea what the dad is. So I don't know. She's a mutt. She's a sweetheart. Very, very sweet. Um, yeah, that's my dog. Let's see. Deborah asks, "Would the snowy owl pattern work for the horned owl?" Then just you'd have to figure in the horns. It probably would. Technically, the great horned owl is bigger. I made it a couple like rows wider and taller. So it is different, and I would like to, when I finish that one up, to make it different. That way, if you buy both, you are getting, the value of two different patterns, not just like different makeup, essentially. So, yes, let's see. Donnelly asks, "What's your favorite snack?" I have a sweet tooth, so probably cookies still. Though my favorite dessert is cheesecake, and I'm looking forward to my birthday because I love cheesecake. Let's see. Erica asks, "Did you design your own website?" Yes, I did. I used Wix, so it was pretty easy. Donna says her favorite is Ben & Jerry's strawberry cheesecake ice cream. Oh yes, good stuff. Let's see. Oh, that was Donna, sorry. Sins Crafting World asks, "Would using a smaller hook work for making a baby using the same pattern?" Yes. Yeah, so like anything that I have, so like this one or this one or this one, or the alpaca or the owl. I'm fairly certain if you just use a smaller hook, they translate just fine. Like I've seen people do the alpaca with smaller hooks and smaller yarn, and those work out great. Like on those, when you do make them smaller, you're going to want to use safety eyes though, probably, because I mean, these crocheted eyes would be huge on something else, or something smaller. So let's see. Erica asks, "Is Rachel's dress still pink?" It is. Thankfully, it survived some very interesting messes on her dress. Let's see. Oh, Charlene, thank you for hopping in. We'll see you later. Let's see. Caitlin asked, let's see. Oh, this is interesting. So Tammy asks, "What's my outside home job?" What's the outside the home job? So I work for an architecture firm as a draftsman. So I design homes. Let's see. Diana asks my favorite scripture. That's a good question. I'm actually really terrible at remembering the references, but I'm pretty good at like kind of spitting off what it was about. So I'm sorry to not like have a very good answer for that. Caitlin asks, "What do you watch or listen to while I crochet?" Sometimes I will sometimes I just like listen to music. Sometimes I put in like meditation music. So like if I'm working on a pattern, it needs to be either silence or meditation music, because yeah, I can't listen to anything with words if I'm trying to type words. But if I'm just crocheting, I will sometimes watch Psych is my favorite TV show. Once again, mysteries. So I will sometimes like kind of have that playing in the background as well, because that's really fun. Let's see. Hold that. April says, cheesecake. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Irene asks, where do I buy my fleece? I buy it at Joann's. And their Luxe fleece, Luxe, is like really thick and super high quality. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Angie is the one who says she's upsized and downsized the alpaca, and it's worked out really well. Wendy asks, how's the haircut? So do you guys want to see it? It's not going to be great because my hair was wet today and I've had it in a ponytail. So it's going to have a little bit of that like bump to it. But you can kind of see how it got a little bit short here and then like longer here. So, and I usually part my hair on this side. So it was like this. I'd have like this chunk of shorter hair, like right there. And then the rest of it was long. So I've started parting my hair on this side to kind of help cover up the fact that I've got a chunk of hair that's shorter. Honestly, I'm really not too worried about it because hair grows and it's not the end of the world. And most of the time I wear my hair up anyway, so you know. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yes, I do have a tutorial on using fleece. I might do another one of those because it seems to be hidden a little bit. Caitlin asks, have I ever tried embroidering facial features on or other details? Yeah, I think I've only done it on my very first attempt at a baby panda, which is in my daughter's room. And it worked out okay. What I just did was I top stitched like sleepy eyes on, which kind of worked, kind of didn't. You know, it was interesting. Let's see. Ooh, Heather says a good mystery series, if you can get it where you are, is Murdoch Mysteries. I will write that down. I do enjoy a good mystery. Murdoch Mysteries. Oh, thank you, April and Jane, for being supportive with the haircut. Angie, yeah, it would work out a little bit better if we, could figure out the layers. It's like all one layer in the back, and then it's just like that one side that's like shorter. Whatever. It's really not the end of the world. Let's see. Erica says she's going to try the alpaca with 2 strands of DK. Oh yeah, absolutely. Just, I don't know exactly what yarn or what hook size that would equate to, but as long as like you don't have any big gaps in your stitches, like that sounds great. Okay, and so apparently it's the original Murdoch Mysteries that's the better series. All right. Put that in parentheses. The original. All right. But we're winding down. I got a couple of people in here saying they love Psych. Yes, it's the best. Let's see. Okay, I think I've gotten most of the questions that came through. Wendy asks, do you ever crochet through the night after the little one is asleep? Yes, I do. Actually, just last Saturday night, I was like, I'm staying up. I'm gonna work on my things. I haven't gotten enough done today. So that was the day I worked more on the deer, trying to figure some things out. Interesting. So Angie's saying 3 strands of medium weight equals jumbo weight. Fascinating. I need to mess around with that a little bit too. Anyway, it is, oh, we have been on for an hour now. So I'd probably better hop off. But thank you guys all for being here. Thanks for chatting. Oh, I was going to say, and I almost completely forgot. Next week, I've had a couple of requests from people saying like that they work in the evenings or things are going on, so they'd like to maybe do a live in kind of the earlier part of the day. So next Tuesday, I'm thinking I'll do one at like 10 a.m., 10 or 11. And so I know it doesn't work out for everyone, but I would, if that does work out for you, I'd love to have you there so we could visit. If not, I don't know. We're gonna have to like figure out exactly how we want to do things. But I really enjoy chatting with you all. So thank you for being here. Thanks for hopping in. It's always good to chat with you, and you guys give me such good ideas, and you're just, I don't know, I feel like you guys are so sweet, and I walk away from these just feeling like really rejuvenated and excited and happy, and this smile is very genuine. So thank you for being here and for enjoying this. Hope you guys have a lovely night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you all. Bye.